Hi everyone, my name is Nell Butcher, and today I will be talking about the controversies surrounding equality of educational opportunities in America. Experience working with underprivileged students. The interviewee contends that working with underprivileged students can be challenging, but it is also rewarding. Many of these students are from high poverty backgrounds and attend schools that may not be properly equipped to help them to succeed. These students present different needs: social, physical, psychological, and cognitive. Some of these students also have low self-esteem and self-confidence. They are from different social and cultural backgrounds and seek after a common goal: acceptance and the ability to land a good paying job after school. Some are from broken homes with a pattern of inappropriate behaviors. It can be difficult at times to help some students who seem distant with repetitive inappropriate behaviors. On the other hand, there are some who are calm and willing to learn. It is a pleasure working with these students because it brings out the best in you. Education and the biased labor market. Inequality is a fundamental problem facing Americans, and it is the highest among African Americans. For decades, there has been numerous debates as to what serves the system and the communities best. Horace Mann believed that schools should be the great balance wheel of society that gives qualified persons the opportunity to a wealthy future. This idea of equal opportunity does not mean that everyone will receive the same quality of education. During the 1820s to the 1840s, public education was introduced with the aim to unite the American people. Policymakers were convinced that if everyone is exposed to common principles of morality and policies, the community will be free from crime and other immoral behaviors. They were also convinced that everyone should be given equal access to educational opportunities. But this equality of opportunity does not mean that everyone will have equal access to quality education and equally paying jobs. In order for everyone to be given a fair chance to compete in the job market, the policymakers should put systems in place to make sure that schools are properly equipped with resource personnel. Andrea Schuyler believes that the system should be designed to allow skilled personnel to provide the basic skills to students, then guide and encourage them to explore ways to go beyond the basics. There are some schools that are better equipped with resource personnel that cater to the advantaged families. These schools are able to prepare students from advantaged backgrounds to be successful in the job market. As a result, these students are better able to compete for higher paying jobs. With everyone competing for equal access to educational opportunities, women are becoming more recognized as they compete for equal payment as men for similar jobs. African American women are disproportionately being paid less than all others within the job market. According to Maureen Arnon and Shalaja Fennell, in the 1990s, Millennium Development Goals called for gender equality. Education by 2015. In 2013, UNESCO agreed that not only is gender equality within education represented as an academic and as an achievement goal, but there is also a strong assumption that education can make a major contribution to the promotion of gender equality in societies. Today, gender equality is a global concern. United Nations is concerned that gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustained world. Today, men are still being paid much more than women, with a steady increase in their earnings. A survey taken in 2017 by Brian Harris showed a sharp increase in salaries for men in comparison to that of women. While men earn $2,100, women earn $1,200 for the same job. This report revealed a widening of the gap between men and women wages, even though men and women receive the same education. This problem continues to exist. I do believe that policymakers have the final say on these matters. They need to take a closer look at the policies in order to correct this problem. What is the relationship between family income and students' cultural background and educational achievement? Horace Mann was convinced that if the country invests in education, there will be improvement in the quality of workers, which will be reflected in the communities. He believed that when everyone is given a fair chance to quality education, it will eliminate poverty by uplifting the standard of living of the people within the communities and give everyone a fair chance to become economically successful. When students from disadvantaged homes attend schools that are not fully equipped to help them, the inadequate education they receive will be linked to low-income jobs, poor standard of living, and living conditions that may force them to depend on government assistance. This is because some systems, especially those in disadvantaged neighborhoods, students and schools receive baseline education that resulted in students' performance just above or at baseline levels, while there are other schools where the performance level is extremely high. Because advantaged families are in a better position to reinforce the importance of education, and because these students are exposed to schools that are better equipped to prepare young students from advantaged families, these communities will reproduce existing patterns of highly qualified students. In 2011, the U.S. Census revealed that Asian students are among those with the highest paying jobs due to educational achievement. White students receive an average household income of about $68,000, while Asians receive approximately $80,000. Blacks and Hispanics receive the lowest average household income of about $42,000 and $43,000 respectively. According to Joel Spring, blacks without high school diplomas earn a lifetime income of about 72% of that of whites without high school diplomas. In contrast, it is about 77% for a bachelor's degree and about 80% for advanced degree. This decline also exists between whites and Hispanics in lifetime income with increased educational achievement. Education and a stable society. The educator believes that it takes quality education and skills, committed teachers to create a stable and fair community. With incentives from the federal stimulus bill passed in 2009, President Obama offered a $4 billion grant for states to reform their educational plans. This proposal drove educators and teachers in all states to reshape their education system to make it more inclusive. Students from different socio-economic backgrounds, cultures, and zip codes were given equal opportunity to graduate and be career ready. Leaders and educators sought to implement best practice within schools to help students succeed in life. According to Arnie Duncan, and I quote, Ensuring that all students can access life-changing opportunities through education will require sustained effort. End of quote. He believes that there is no silver bullet solution or singular approach to improving education. Due to this, Race to the Top proposed by President Obama, schools are implementing multiple plans to ensure that all students are given a fair chance to quality education. They are adopting new standards to prepare students for a successful future by employing highly qualified personnel. They are also investing in modern resources that will help low performance school and students to excel. Teachers are paying special attention to individual students and are designing instructions to meet his or her needs. As a result, students and teachers are spending more time doing extra work in school. Issues in equality of educational opportunities. Equality of education opportunities is a legal principle by law under the 14th Amendment. It recommends that every student be treated equally regardless of race, gender, religion, ethnicity, or wealth. Therefore, in the public schools, all students should be treated equally by having equal access to similar education. In 1868, the 14th Amendment was used to protect the basic guarantees of the Bill of Rights against laws passed by states and local government. In 2017, Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy states that, and I quote, this widely accepted principle of educational opportunity for students significantly influences a person's chance in life in terms of success within the labor market and preparation for democratic citizenship. End of quote. Therefore, students' chance to succeed should not be determined by their race, social class, gender, or socioeconomic background. Students from advantaged families who are better able to reinforce the importance of schooling should not be given better quality of education than those students whose parents are not interested or seem less interested in education. According to Joel Spring, and I quote, when education is provided by the state, it should be made equal to all the people within the state, end of quote. Therefore, students who are non-English speakers and those with special needs should be given equal chance to the same type of educational opportunities. Inequalities that exist within schools and districts. To remove inequality in educational opportunities, schools must be equipped with resource personnel to ensure that the least advantaged students are cared for. According to Schuyler, 2016, providing equal opportunity for all students to succeed by creating the right condition regardless of socioeconomic background, gender, or origin will help to combat the irregularities that are facing the nation. Teachers need to provide appropriate and timely feedback and keep track of students' learning. Set high expectations. Create a positive atmosphere. Show nurturing concerns for students and provide opportunities for students to interact in fun and non-threatening ways. Policymakers need to make sure that schools are fully equipped and resources are equally distributed. Students should be given equal opportunity to attend similar institutions, which will help to narrow the gap between communities. Not far left or far right, or upper class and middle class. Inequalities between schools and districts contribute to inequalities in educational opportunities. The uneven distribution of resources and qualified personnel contribute to large performance gap among students in different schools and districts. Educators believe that this performance gap may reflect untapped talents and unmet needs among students who are not fully engaged in learning activities. Inequality prevents students from disadvantaged backgrounds from competing for equally paying jobs and from furthering their education. Most students from advantaged backgrounds attend highly qualified schools. These schools are better equipped to nurture students to excel. Sometimes inequality exists within schools or districts. This is because some teachers are willing to work and create a change. Students attending those schools are graduated at a greater or students attending those schools are guaranteed a greater opportunity than students at other schools. In most instances, disadvantaged students who may lack interest may be at a disadvantage than their peers. They may be in a remedial class and has no assistance at home, while their peers may be doing advanced classes. The pros and cons of full inclusions. For students with special education needs, inclusion will be a great way to experience a true feeling of the real world. Full inclusion will give students with or without disabilities opportunities to interact and socialize together. Joel Spring is concerned that this socialization will help students with or without disability to remove any bias and inappropriate behavior. It will also help children to improve their academic performances by giving those with disabilities the ability to learn in a normal setting. Even though inclusion of regular classrooms create a new challenge for teachers, it gives the students and teachers opportunity to interact and appreciate what these students have to offer. It also helps students to understand that in some instances, disability may only be physical and has nothing to do with the student's perception and feelings. It is important that all students feel appreciated and respected and be treated as normal human beings. It is also important that teachers are trained and receive professional development on a regular basis to help all students achieve their goals. Some parents are concerned that inclusive classrooms will not help their child to become fully prepared for the job opportunities because they do not focus on special skills. Inclusive classrooms will focus on the all-round development of the child because everyone is capable of learning in a positive and supportive atmosphere.